All right, it is Tuesday evening. We are trying to get things going here. I want to make certain that we are online with everybody here first before we go too far. These little things pop up from time to time, unfortunately, when you are doing everything to make sure that everybody is knowledgeable about what is going on out there. So for tonight, hardly anything to worry about for right now. We have, again, some very quiet conditions for the time being. We do see, again, the potential for some more problems out there for the next few days. Much of what we're going to be seeing at this time is going to be, again, light chances of showers, and that is really about it. Pardon me for correcting this in midstream, but unfortunately we had, I forgot to change Thursday into Tuesday, so let's make certain that everybody can see exactly the right date and time on there. That looks much better. You know, when you do everything on here by yourself, you have the tendency to kind of forget a couple things, so apologies on that. This is, again, our weather blog that comes on most nights. We don't have a lot of extraneous stuff on here, so if you're on Twitch or YouTube, by the way, if you're on here from that, welcome to the show. Great to have you along. Drop your location into the comments section. We'd love to see, again, where you're coming in from, so stay tuned for more. This is our online video weather blog designed to be able to let you, the viewer, ask questions of us here at News 12 to make certain that you have all the information you need to plan your day, to have questions about what's going on with the weather, anything like that. That's what we try to do here. We're coming to you from Chattanooga, Tennessee, downtown, well, just south of downtown. So if you have any questions about what's going on, we've got the chat function opening and working on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you have anything to talk about, please let us know. We'd love to hear, again, where you're from or any questions you might have regarding weather. We come to you, again, from the areas into and around southeast Tennessee, northwest Georgia, northeast Alabama, and the farthest western county in North Carolina, Cherokee County. So that is our viewing area, and that is where we are from, Chattanooga in southern Hamilton County. They're right smack in the middle of your screen. So this is the area that we cover with News 12. If you have any questions about things, go ahead and get them into us, and we'll do our best to answer them. And if we can't answer them, we'll do our best to send you someplace that might have the answers. Downtown Chattanooga, again, was a little windy out there today, but it was a very pleasant day, as we saw a lot of folks out and about enjoying the weather. Right now, downtown on the Bailey's Heating and Air camera is very much on the quiet side. Still got some situations at 153 southbound under Highway 64 looking off to the southwest. Not too sure what's going on here, construction or cleanup. We'll see if we can get some answers from TDOT a little bit later on. From the News 12 studio camera at the Patriot Concrete camera, you can see the lights of Signal Mountain looking basically north across I-24, both directions in downtown Chattanooga. Everything moving along quite nicely. 24 and 75 earlier tonight was a parking lot, but as of right now, it looks like things have smoothed out a bit, with one exception. Looking at traffic from 75 north to 24 west, basically stopped. So we've got parking lot status out there. Let me see if I can find out more about what might be going on as we see, again, some possible travel troubles taking place here. It looks like travel in all directions is a bit of a situation into that area. I'm not seeing anything that shows any possibility of any big accidents taking place at this time. TDOT SmartWay camera is showing at that junction, looking back that direction, traffic having a lot of problems going through that construction zone, so assuming that's what we have to look at, and traffic coming in from 75 south also getting into trouble right about the area we get into around 24 west. So that junction just north of the Tennessee line and the area around Ringgold Road, that could be a bit of a parking lot here for you through the course of the next couple of hours, depending on what happens. So keep it tuned to News 12 again for more on that. Let's take a look at our weather poll of the day, courtesy of Beltone. And our question today was about weather on different sides of the planet. Chattanooga and Tokyo basically are on the same latitude. The average high temperature in Chattanooga in February is give or take about 46. That's the average, not the maximum and not the normal temperature in there, but just stretched out over the month, what we usually end up with. The average February high temperature in Tokyo is higher, lower, or about the same on that. It's actually very much almost the same. It's 48 degrees, according to the information that I got from Tokyo. 40% voted higher and lower, so equal numbers got it wrong. Congratulations to those of you who voted about equal. That's our Bell-Tone weather question of the day. And if you'd like to vote in these polls, all you have to do is, again, go to wdef.com/vote now. We'd love to be able to see what your vote is. We'll have another poll going up at midnight, and we'll have more, of course, throughout the rest of the week on News 12 when it comes to news and sports as well. So find out more about that there. So 2475, 75 north to 24 west as of just before 10 o'clock Eastern. Be prepared to take either Ringgold Road as an alternate or endure some merge point problems there. That, again, could be just a bit of a situation. Temperatures at the airport just over the horizon. You can kind of see some of the lights of the Chattanooga airport back there. 54 degrees. Our normal high temperature for this time of the year is 57. So we are very close to our normal high temperature for this time of the year. But the almanac, what tells us a little bit more about what happened during the day, 75 was our official high temperature. We just came within 4 degrees of a record high temperature, which hasn't been broken or tied since 1930. So that is something to take a look at. 35 the low, very close to where we should be on that. Record low for today, 6, set back in 1967. We're ahead for the month by give or take 2/3 of an inch, and we're still behind for the year by over an inch. So we could definitely use some more rain. We may get some in the next couple of days. Tomorrow's forecast for getting out and about, it looks very quiet and very dry. Very nice for outdoor activities. Some patchy fog in the morning, but looks like higher amounts of sunlight, so don't forget the UV sunblock out there for tomorrow. Temperatures right before the top of the hour, we are back into the 50s and a few lower 40s. Not seeing any 30s out there, so we do see some chill, but not exactly as frosty as it could be, again, across much of the area. Let's give you an idea as to what's going on throughout much of the region. Not much, actually. We've got, again, high pressure sitting all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. That's pushing air off toward the East Coast and off the Gulf Coast, and that's doing a good job of creating what's called offshore flow. Drier air from over the continent pushed out over the water surfaces in the ocean and the Gulf. That, again, is giving us the potential for the possibility of some very dry conditions. Now, we're watching this. Back to the north, we have a new front on the way. But as you can see, there's hardly anything with this. This would need a very healthy push of moisture coming in from off the Gulf of Mexico. And right now, we're not seeing that, even though you can see the wind arrows here coming in from off the western Gulf, heading up into the mid-plain states. We do have some chances of rain on Thursday. We just don't have quite that much going on. And then all the way out toward the Gulf of Alaska, what could be our next weather maker into next week. That is going to be giving us the potential of some rain well into the future. We'll talk about the 7-day forecast coming up here, but this thing has several more days and, of course, a couple of high pressure areas which are acting kind of like speed bumps for this system. If this didn't have anything in front of it, it could just rocket across the country and give us more chances of showers. But for right now, there's really not much of anything else going on. And again, hopefully it'll stay that way. Let's time things out for you and again give you an idea as to what we're looking at into tonight. Tomorrow morning will be chilly, back in the mid to upper 40s, some 50s down toward Birmingham and around Atlanta. And then for Wednesday, a few clouds and temperatures once again pushing 70 degrees. We may see some scattered showers. The amount of showers in the forecast last week, about a week or so away, showed a pretty healthy amount of soaking coming our way. Now that we've gotten closer to the event, we're not seeing much of anything going on. So for right now, We do see that potential cold front bringing in some showers early on Thursday morning, but beyond that, there's just really not much to talk about. Now, we may see kind of a boomerang effect going into Thursday afternoon. There might be some showers wrapping around the center of that area of low pressure, and some of that might interfere with us by Thursday evening. But for right now, anything that does manage to make its way into the area will be light and scattered and pretty much over with right after sunset. After we get into Friday, that's where we see temperatures back in the high 30s, so it will dip a little bit on the numbers into the next couple of days. And then by Friday afternoon, temperatures will be pleasant and above normal, but again, below where we have been for the last few days. Into Saturday morning, not bad. Temperatures again cool. We have another front on the way, but this one is surrounded by dry air. So outside of a wind shift from the south to the northwest Saturday morning, probably not going to notice too much of anything. And then we see again a very mild and dry weekend coming up. Over the next few days, we see an above normal chance of some very mild temperatures coming up across the area, much warmer down to our south, and that should do it for, again, the potential of the very warm conditions out there. It doesn't look like a blazing heat wave, but temperatures in the 70s like we saw today and we'll see again tomorrow, that's pretty toasty. And remember, we're still in wintertime for another, basically give or take, about 3 weeks. So we do have some time left in winter, but we do have some very mild temperatures on the way into the next couple of days. Let's show you what's going on in the forecast. Again, for the next few days, the 7-day forecast does show temperatures will be very mild. Again, normal high temperatures at this time of the year are about 57 degrees. So we're going to be way above normal tomorrow. We are going to be cooler as we go toward Thursday and Friday, warming up again on Saturday, cooling off on Sunday, warming up from Monday into Tuesday. So we've got this front, number one, we've got this front, number two, and we've got this front, the one off the west coast, that's number three, and that is where we may see better chances of rainfall. This and this don't add up to too much in the way of rain, so fairly dry out there, maybe some increased wildfire danger into the next several days, but it really doesn't look to be anything in the way of a deluge, and we're not seeing any severe weather here either, so that is very good news. Keep up to date on what's going on with the forecast. Again, on, let's see, where am I? On YouTube, check the lower left-hand corner, and on Twitch, check that same lower left-hand corner. I'm just pointing. I've got two cameras here, so it's what you're seeing on YouTube is not what you're seeing on Twitch. So I have to kind of coordinate hands on the different cameras to make certain that you know what I'm talking about. So for right now, got some very pleasant conditions across much of the area for the next several days. Now, coming up tomorrow, I want to make certain everybody's aware of this because this is really cool and you don't see these too often. The city of Collegedale, which is east of Chattanooga by about half a county, that is where we're going to be seeing a storm safety day coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, February 26th, 3 to 7 p.m. That'll be held at the Commons at 4950 Swinier Drive. Again, 3 to 7 on Wednesday. This is a great opportunity to learn more. This right here especially is the best part of everything because you'll be able to bring your weather radio with you to help get it programmed by the Hamilton County Office of Emergency Management. The really cool thing about this, and thank you very much to Ace Hardware, they will be on site selling weather radios that you can buy and have programmed at the same thing. That is one giant leap toward getting ready for severe weather season. And again, these weather radios, they'll cost you, depending on the model, about 40, 50, 60 bucks, some with the battery and things like that. But they're no longer really just plain radios anymore. They're more of a computer with a radio attached to it. So you have to program it to make certain you know which counties you want to be warned for. If you don't want to get warnings for up around I-40 or down into Alabama, you just want to get, say as an example, Hamilton County in Tennessee. That's great. If that's what you want, that's not a problem. but you need to program that into the computer so you get only those warnings for Hamilton County, advisories and watches and special weather statements and special other statements that come down the line. Whatever you don't want to be bothered by, you don't have to be anymore. You don't pick up all the warnings, all the advisories for all of the area. It's just what you program in here, and this is going to be one of the best ways to stay informed. This device should be in every home. It should be in every place of worship. It should be in every business, every school, every shopping area to keep an eye on what's going on for the weather. This is one of the best ways that you can stay informed when it comes to weather radio. Hopefully this is something that the Office of General Expectations, or Doji, or whatever it's called, will not get cut in the upcoming slashing of the budget, but we'll see what goes on in the near future, because the less weather information we have, the less safe we all are, and the more vulnerable we are to danger from severe weather. So this is a very important part of what NOAA does. If you'd like to know more, go to the website at collegedaletn.gov, and you can find out more details. You can also find out more on our social media pages. All sorts of great information available there. And also, if you have a weather radio and you can't make it out there, that's cool. Go to our website. You can find out more at wdef.com/weather, where we have a short video to walk you through the idea of upgrading and programming your weather radio. Again, one more bit of information about what NOAA does to help, and we can help you stay safe by helping you program that out there. 43 days and change until the change in at least sports seasons. We're getting closer to baseball season. It's almost here, and we're getting there again with the start of spring. We're almost to the opening day when the Lookouts return to AT&T Field, the last year when it comes to playing at AT&T Field. We have just about 3 weeks and change until the change in seasons. We're going from winter to spring in just about 22 days. It happens Thursday, March 20th at 5:02 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Don't forget, we got the time change coming up in the next few weeks, so good opportunity to make certain you change the batteries in your smoke detector, your weather radio, and again, make sure that you have your severe weather plan ready to go. So that's always a good idea, not to mention, pushing your clock forward just to be on the safe side. If you can't make the Skywarn training sessions in person, and there's only a few of them this year, you can take the course online and whenever you want to. This is really cool. Thank you, National Weather Service in Morristown, for creating the virtual Skywarn spotter training session. You can register. You can take the quiz at weather.gov/MRX. You can also take the quiz through our website. We've got it on our weather page at wdef.com/weather. Scroll down beneath the forecast, and you can find this page where you can take the quiz and register with your local National Weather Service office as a Skywarn spotter. Great opportunity to be able to find out more about how you can help your community during severe weather when it needs help the most. So please consider becoming a Skywarn spotter. If you haven't already, if you want to register for it and want to update yourself, great, go ahead and do it. That'd be a great opportunity to take advantage of there. What else do we have to talk about here tonight? I think we got pretty much everything taken care of. I know we're forgetting a couple of things. Yes. Okay. Tomorrow morning, from the Foundation School Day forecast, it will be brisk in the morning. Temperatures back in the mid-40s, but that trip home is going to be excellent with temperatures back in the lower 70s. Winds out of the southwest, not exactly breezy, but they will be very nice out there. So instead of the dismally gray, cold, wet, windy conditions we saw about a week or so ago, this is where we are going to be picking up some very nice conditions out there. So good opportunity to get out and get some fresh air and some sunshine. A lot of folks did that today, so great to see people out and enjoying the weather across much of the region, and hopefully that trend continues into tomorrow. What did I do with it? Tomorrow morning, again, getting the pupper out for a walk. This is going to be imperative to make certain that you bundle up yourself on this. Thanks to our viewers for sending in the pupper picture of the day. I can't say who they are because they chose to be anonymous. They credited the picture to Blue, who is in the picture. So thank you very much for a pupper selfie, basically from somewhere in Tennessee. Thank you very much for sending that in. The picture is of a 6-month-old Alaskan Malamute named Blue. So Blue, thank you very much. You're a very good dog if you sent that in by yourself. In the morning, temperatures will again be on the chilly side. We'll be back in the lower 40s, so definitely want to make certain you bundle up out there. And the pupper probably won't need too much help. It'll be maybe some fog, but not really too much of any more concerns where it comes to rainfall. That chance of rain, again, coming up as we go toward Thursday, that could be a bit of an issue, so we might see the potential of some showers. Now, last week, this 20% was much higher, so we might get a few showers out there, but probably at this point in time is not going to be much, but the chance does still exist. No sign of any thunderstorms, no sign of any severe weather, no sign of any winter weather. It's too warm for that, and by the time the temperatures dip into the 30s on Friday, will be dry, chances of rain will be gone and pretty much forgotten out there, so there's really little, if anything, expected to be coming our way out of that. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. We've been on the air for about 20 minutes. I think we've gotten everything in for right now and then some for the time being. If you've got weather pictures, we haven't done the weather picture for the day. I want to get this taken care of, and let me get the full effect of this. You don't only have the option to send in weather pictures. That's great as you go to our weather page, sponsored again by Langley Roofing. You can also submit video, and this is really cool. Last week we featured a picture from a lady who sent in information about a snow bubble freezing in the weather, soap bubble in the very cold conditions. That is a really cool experiment for you and your kids to do outside. So if you haven't tried this yet, this is a very good opportunity to give a shot at this. And let me reset this here for just a second. Okay, so there we go. All right, so again, watching the area in here, thanking Brian Watt from Spring Hill, Tennessee, you can see the frost going across from right to left and filling in the gingerbread man cookie cutter shape. That's really cool to see these geometric lines fill in on that. And if you've got video, please send them in to us. We can feature the video on air and again, obviously on our website. So if you have them available and you have the opportunity to send in a picture or video, please go ahead and send them in to us. I'd love to be able to feature more of stuff like this. This, just looking at the lines, the basic geometry of ice, where you see, again, the gaps filling in as the temperature drops and the liquid film going to a frozen solid film, only a few molecules thick. Beautiful to see this. It's a really cool science experiment for your kids to do on cold mornings like this, and taking a video of that for something like this, or just for yourself, just to say, hey, this is cool science, this is mathematics, this is nature in motion, this is really cool to be, no pun intended, but this is really neat to be able to see something like this. So if you have video or pictures, send them in to us again at our website. You can find out more. Let me switch over here so we know what we're talking about. You can send us pictures or video through our website. You can also email them to us. You can also drop them to our social media pages. Great opportunity to get your photo work on so everybody can see them. And if you've got pictures, please send them in. Please, you can be anonymous if you want to. That's fine. If you would like to give us a description and or a location so we can tell people a little bit more about where you were, what you were doing, what you were looking at, something like that, that's going to be one of the best things that can help us to tell everybody else what was going on instead of having to make it up. So please send us your pictures and or weather video to these areas, and we'd be glad to put them on. We've gotten a lot from the last couple of snowstorms that we've had, latest winter weather, so we're moving our way through them, but we only feature one per day. So if you get them in, we'll get to them in the next several days and weeks. But thank you to everybody who has sent in some wonderful pictures out there. We're very grateful for you to send those in, and please keep sending them in, and we'll continue continue to feature them as we have room for them. So go ahead and send them in as soon as you can. All right, time is just about 10:15 Eastern Time. It is Tuesday evening. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here because then I can post this to social media. Don't forget, we've got the forecast for you coming up on News 12 at 11, and we'll have more with Chip Chapman on his forecast. That'll be bright and early tomorrow. Peak of the week Wednesday. That'll start at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. If you can't watch on your TV, go ahead and watch online at WDEF.com. And again, that website for our weather forecast at the bottom of the screen. My email address right there in the blue bar, Onek at WDEF.com. If you got any comments about how and what we do, what you'd like to see more of, etc., stuff like that, please give us drop a line. Let us know what you think. We can't do this, all of this at News 12 without you, the viewers. So please let us know more about what you're thinking out there, and we'll try to update it and accommodate you as possible out there. That's something we try to make certain we do every single day here at News 12 as much as possible. All right, I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek on News 12. You have been watching Weather Overtime at News 12 for Tuesday evening. I'll have more tonight on News 12 at 11. And again, Chip Chapman, bright and early in the morning. Thanks for watching Weather Overtime. We'll be back with more again coming up on Wednesday.